Hey everybody, this is Shanny Classic Knack Fan from Tails channel here, and today we're going to do a live debate. We're going to talk about Sonic 06. Is it Sonic Adventure 3? Here today we have Evan Mardiculous, that is right here. And then we also have Sam Procrastinates.
Hi, I
right
came
here.
prepared.
Hey,
All right.
I just don't have a suit. Okay, well,
I
I'll
came
down
prepared.
okay.
So on the topic of that, we also had a poll that was going on. Now, Evan Mardiculous, what will you be in line for?
That means that my opening statement will go second because we gave Sam the choice. Since yes, we will reveal it now. Sam is on the side of believing that Sonic 06 is indeed.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Put this on the record. Put this on the record. I'm sick of this guy constantly. No, what side are you here? Constantly being lying and
Sam.
deceiving the audience.
What?
I'm
Sam,
gonna
we
make it
haven't
clear.
even-
No, you stay over there.
We haven't even
I'm the
started.
moderator. I'm the moderator.
No, you're not.
Okay, so check this out. So now
I was just describing the
I'm gonna let you
program.
know.
Do you want a different title?
we're gonna let him do that, so I can mute.
Oh,
I
Sam
can
got
server
muted
mute everybody
already.
if we get a
Guys,
little out of control here.
remember that. Remember that. I haven't been
So-
muted yet.
Now you know Sam is actually for if Sonic 06 is Sonic Adventure 3, and Evan is against Sonic 06.
Okay, he's very large for that podium.
So
I'll be a nice guy and let him reframe the title. Maybe I was misinformed. That's fine. I will take that. So, Shanny, if you think it's okay.
Oh, are we back
Yeah.
now? We're back? Okay,
Yes.
good to know. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So we're gonna have it 2 minutes, right? We're gonna do 2-minute answers for each question.
That
We're
means
gonna do an opening statement.
2-minute opening statements as well, I think, right?
Yes.
And what I was saying before, Sam had a passionate confetti experience.
That's fine. I don't have to talk. That's fine. It's fine.
No. So what I was trying to say is that he got to choose if he goes first or second, depending on his preference. And Sam chose to go first for his opening statement, and we gave that to him because his side of the argument lost in the poll. So the odds are stacked against you. I wish you very much luck, my friend.
Yeah.
Virtual handshake.
See, now this is a problem.
Are you
that we
starting?
have to
Is this your opening statement?
Do you want me to start now?
I mean, I think we should get right into it.
Let's do
Okay.
it. Let's do the opening statement, Sam. Now.
Okay. Now listen here. I want to make the record clear. I'm not saying Sonic 06 is definitively Sonic Adventure 3 the title. We know it's not because it's not titled that. Yay! We got that accomplished. But that doesn't mean it is not the third adventure game in the series, because it is. You're telling me Adventure 1, we get Sonic in 3D, ends with a supersonic boss fight, you know, all this amazing stuff, multiple playable characters, multiple branching storylines intertwining. Okay, what's the time? Okay, I'm fine. And then we got Adventure 2, which introduces a new hedgehog, finishes with a supersonic boss fight. Okay, you still with me? Okay. And then we have a bunch of stories that intertwine, okay, right? And it ends with a supersonic and super shadow boss fight. Then we get Sonic 06, which magically you get 3 hedgehogs now. You got Sonic, Silver, Shadow, right? Okay, multiple stories intertwining, an adventure world, okay? And then it ends with a supersonic boss fight with Super Sonic, Super Shadow, Super Silver, okay? So I'm not saying it's definitively Sonic Adventure 3, but it is indeed the third adventure game. What is the argument? Are you arguing with me right now?
Is that 2
no,
minutes?
Now, hold on. No, it's not. Shut up.
30
Now,
seconds.
hold on. I have 30 seconds. Yeah, thank you. Now, here's the other thing, right? The game was marketed as going back to form. After Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog, the community said, what the fuck? And then wrong channel. What the F? And then they went back to form. An adventure game. Sonic 06 is an adventure game. It's not a finished one, but it is an adventure game, and it does have to be the third one at that. Thank you so much. My time is up. You suck. Sorry, you're over here. You suck.
Right. That
So,
was very riveting.
am I allowed to respond? Am I good to go? Yeah?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, sweet. So, opening statement
Wrong.
now. So guys, just listen to the cadence in his voice.
Wrong.
He already is losing the poll, and so he's already really heated. Is this the kind of person that you want to represent the viewpoint that you side with today? Or do you want to be the kind of person that goes to a Zoom call wearing sweatpants and you wear a dress shirt so you only look official?
I'm wearing sweatpants. Look at me.
Sam, please.
Do you want somebody that's, you know, relaxed and has thought things through slowly, not erratically? And see, everything that Sam listed that makes it an adventure game, everything except for a new hedgehog applies to adventure, applies to the advanced games. The multiple intertwined storylines. Sonic Advanced 1, 2, and 3 might as well be, that should be Adventure 3, 4, 5. Or is Heroes Adventure 3? Also, guys, where do we draw the line? There's no way to draw the line on what truly is in the Sonic franchise unless it's from the creator. And if we take it from what the creators say, they say that everything that's next is going to be Adventure 3. So at one point, they said Sonic Heroes is going to be Adventure 3. But the development cycle is so long, your vision can change along the way. Video games are developed over a very long period of time. And why not give creators the empowerment to be able to change what they intended mid-development? Just because something is originally titled 3 doesn't necessarily mean that that's where it ended up. Things change. That's part of life. And hopefully I can change some of your minds today on Tails Channel Live. I hope we have a good time. I'm excited to answer you guys' questions, and I can already see that Sam is sweating. He doesn't know what he got himself into. All
right, I would like to respond to that, moderator. How much time do I have?
You got 2 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyways,
While
all
we
right.
have Sam reply, why don't you get some questions in the chat too?
Yeah, so I might not need the whole 2 minutes, but I just want to make it clear. You said what part of the game makes it like adventure other than the 3 hedgehogs? How about the boss fight that's literally Egg Viper? Okay, how about the fact that the opening or the advertisement for the game is Sonic running through a jungle, the same exact opening as Adventure 1, right? Okay. The freaking gameplay style, that's a big one. You ever think about that? How it's literally like Adventure, just not as polished because it wasn't as finished.
It has no momentum.
And that's what I said. It's not finished, has no momentum. But if
I guess it's Heroes too.
No, it's not. Heroes' gameplay is way different from the Adventure games. 06 plays like Adventure. It just is not polished or finished. There's no physics in the game. There's no weight to it. But from the structure it has, it is literally an adventure gameplay. No one can deny Sonic 06 is an adventure gameplay. You can't deny that. Anyways, that's my response to this clown.
Shani, I didn't specify, so sorry if I'm taking up some time, but I actually would like you to kind of like vet the questions, like actually like scan through them and make sure we get like a good question, because I'm sure if Sam and I, in the heat of it, we're probably gonna grab like a not very great question. So
I'm waiting for questions. I got a lot of statements going on.
Okay, so no questions so far. So I can take a couple minutes to respond to what Sam was saying then while questions come in.
Please,
but feel free, guys, to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll respond starting now.
Questions so I can grab them.
So Sam, I think I pretty much made my response when I said that it might as well be Heroes 2. Game concept-wise, there is no moment in Sonic 06 where physics and momentum come into play, and it's kind of insulting as an adventure fan, and makes me kind of agree with the criticisms against you that you hate Sonic Adventure, that I think you don't truly love it, actually, and that you actually hate it. Because you clearly don't see what's truly beautiful about Sonic Adventure compared to Sonic 06, because even in beautiful remakes like Project 06, which is amazing and a lot of fun and improves the experience in many, many ways, and I believe is what they intended with that gameplay style, but you can tell in that it's very different. It's more dependent on flat surfaces. They kind of gave up at that point on physics-based platforming because they were so heavily criticized for it in Sonic Adventure 1. And the reason now is so exciting is because there's a lot of talk about remakes. There's a lot of emphasis on physics in both the classic and modern community. And I think I think if we start saying that 06 is Adventure 3, kind of like what you just did in your reply to me, you're kind of oversimplifying what an adventure game is, and in turn, lowering the bar on what our expectations, I think, should be. Because Adventure 3 should be not like 06. Even if 06 was polished, it is more Heroes 2 gameplay ideology-wise. I don't really have anything else to say, so I'll end early. I don't know if we have any questions.
Hold on. I need to respond to that. I absolutely need to respond to that. Now, listen here. You are just putting words in my mouth. First off, I like adventure. Second, first off, okay. No, second off, okay, physics. I already mentioned Sonic 06 does not have physics. I already mentioned that. We agree on that topic.
That's a big part of the gameplay. It's a big part.
Yeah, hold on.
Now, what I'm saying is the base structure of the game. We're not talking about the physics, but the base structure of the game.
What structure?
Is the gameplay, how he runs, the speed he has, the way his gameplay works. Where you can spin dash and homing attack.
He doesn't accelerate down a slope.
And the bounce bracelet. I know the physics is not in the game. I understand that. The physics in 06 sucks. We know. But what I'm saying is the base structure of the game is essentially like the first step of making an adventure game. He runs. He doesn't have a boost. He just runs. You have a full 3D control of Sonic. Yes, it's ultra precise, but you have full 3D control of Sonic. You have the bounce bracelet. You have the light speed dash. You have the homing attack. That is basic adventure Sonic. Now, I do know that
there's a homing attack in Advance 3. Just saying.
No shit. Now, I know that stop cherry picking. This dude is cherry picking things to try to make a point.
You're listing elements.
Hold on. Do you guys want him to be representing our community? This guy? Are you kidding me?
I know stuff.
Stay on topic. Sam, stay on topic.
Have you seen what
Stay on topic.
I cannot. Sam. Oh my god. So, anyways, my point. I've made my point clear that this man is just cherry picking things like, oh, there's a homing attack in Advance 3. No crap. But what about everything else I mentioned? You still haven't mentioned the marketing of the game, how it was marketed like the next adventure game. Talk about that one, Evan.
Oh, can I respond? Sure, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So 06, I wouldn't say is adventure marketing. I remember watching them. I'm obviously a Sonic fan. A lot of us are here. It was marketed, and actually, I have to shout out many community members. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't remember your usernames. But I was skimming through the chat while you guys were waiting for the stream to start, and I saw somebody say that Sonic 06 was actually intended to be a reboot, and that was stated multiple times in interviews from the creators themselves. And if we're not taking it from the creators, where are we taking it from? Sam will list as many elements as he wants to, and the only reason I was throwing elements back at him is I'm showing him how trivial it is to, indeed, what he said, cherry pick elements that make something a sequel. What made Adventure 1 was because it was called Adventure 1 by the person who made it by the end of the development cycle. And that's the same with Adventure 2. And none of the other games were changed at the end. That's all I have to say.
I need to respond to that.
No, we need to answer questions.
No, one last time. Listen here. I already said on record that I don't think it is specifically Sonic Adventure 3. It is just the third adventure-styled Sonic game in the series. It is the third one. It's not Adventure 3. It is the third one. Okay? Now, continue with the question, Shane. I just want to put that on record. This guy sucks.
So I have one for Evan.
Okay, can I read two donations first?
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't consider the donation element. Sorry, that's my bad.
Wow, his campaign's being funded live during the debate. That's gross.
TVGN 2000 donated $1, just saying Sam uses Streamlabs OBS, so his side already lost. Thank you so much for the $1. Supersonic68 donated $10, and he said, Sonic 06 is the third adventure-style game. I think that's pretty clear, but if a fourth adventure-style game were to come out, would it then suddenly be illegal to name it Sonic Adventure 3? That's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly, Sam. How are they... So, when... what Supersonic 68 is trying to say, and I'll use it as a platform to kind of, you know, beat you with it. So what you're doing when you call 06 Adventure 3, even if you like, because you got to remember, we are on a live stream.
Calling it Adventure 3.
Look at what stream you're on. Look at what stream you're on. What is the title of the video? What's in the polls? Why did you agree to this live stream months ago? You had months. You had months to reject this idea.
Calm down.
I want to make this clear. He set this all up. That's why I came in mad. He's the one that set the title up. He set the poll up. He put words in my mouth. I did not say it is Sonic Adventure 3. I said it is the third adventure game. When
That's
they make
not what
Adventure
we're saying.
3, when they make Adventure 3 and they call it Adventure 3, obviously that's fine.
He has nothing. He's lost.
You need to stay over there.
We haven't even answered questions yet. You need to relax.
Sam, this is going to be for you. This is going to be for you, Sam.
Please. Yes, please ask him a question.
What do you say to the people who look at Unleashed when it was being released, the Sonic World Adventure, and they call that SA3?
Well, that was that's what Sonic Team actually wanted to title it as, was World Adventure, like it was supposed to be World. And Sonic Unleashed, for all intents and purposes, is not playing like an adventure game, but it is a world adventure. Just because it has adventure in the title doesn't automatically make it an adventure game. Sonic Team can still use the word adventure when the game is an adventure. That's what Sonic Unleashed is. You're going to different worlds, so it is an adventure, but it was not marketed like an adventure game like Sonic 06, returning to form like Sonic 06 did.
Okay.
Yes.
Evan?
Oh my!
Anything to say to that?
I would like to say thank you to the Crazy Gamer for $1.36.
Oh my God, this dude is such a sellout. Are you listening to this? You want him to represent us? Are you kidding me?
Damn.
His question is: Shadow the Hedgehog has some gameplay styles similar to Sonic Heroes, like the main homing attack and the triangle jump. Does that make Sonic Heroes 2? Nope. The way I see it is, 06 is Adventure 3. I side with Sam. LMAO. You hear me, Evan? Wait, hold on. That entire question, first of all, was not a question. It was a statement. And second of all, it sounded like you were on my side, and at the end you weren't. I have no idea what's going on. You are confused.
So, let me respond to this.
You just talked. I didn't even say anything yet. Is this the kind of guy you want?
Are you kidding me?
Representing you guys?
You just got money under the table. Shut your mouth.
It's a live stream. You agreed to this.
Listen here.
Can you hear the corruption?
No, now listen here.
Topic.
I just want to make it clear that I do want to go back to what he said that made it sound like it was on your side. I do want to address that.
Okay.
Yes, Shadow the Hedgehog does play a lot like Sonic Heroes. That doesn't make it Sonic Heroes 2 because it was so radically different.
It's just a gun.
Sonic 06 was not that far off in terms of like plot. Yes, Eggman's just kidnapping a princess. Who freaking cares?
Sam, I never want to see you call Colors DS ever again, and you have to call it Rush. You have to call it Rush 3. You have to.
Okay, that's another thing. Sonic Colors is like the third Sonic Rush game, but no one believes it.
You never call it that, so you obviously don't believe that. You're just cherry picking what side to be on, and you had months.
No, I'm not. Bro, are you kidding me? This guy right here is a liar, a thief, and a crook. Okay.
I have some more donations to read. Sega Star 7 donated $2. Heroes is Adventure 3. 06 is 4, and Unleashed is 5. Might as well be with Sam's logic. Let's see. There's another donation from Billabob. He donates $5. Evan, I don't even know how this is an argument. 06 clearly has the same progression, gameplay, and story as the adventure games. End of story. Billabob, I'll answer that. That seems like a question for me, so I'll take it. So I'm not saying that it doesn't have the same progression and gameplay and story, but the thing is, you have to do pros and cons. That's what I like to do when I make decisions. And when I made a decision for this debate, which I thought of clearly before getting into it, instead of throwing myself into it, like it's clear Sam did, because he doesn't know what his side is, because it's all over the thumbnail. We've had this idea for months. So, okay, yeah, all right. So what I was going to say is it doesn't matter what elements you cherry pick, you got to take it from the creator. That's the only line we can draw, because, I mean, Sonic is crazy enough as it is, so it's hard to define anything. All we can do is take the word of the creators, and if they decided to change it mid-development cycle to something else because they verbatim said, we think it's not truly an adventure experience, we think it's something new, we want to market it as something new.
Then why did that? No, I need to respond to this right now. I need to respond to this. I'm jumping right in. Then why in so many parts of the game does it hone in back to the adventure games? Why is there so many references to the adventure games in Sonic 06?
There's just as many in Heroes. There's crossover. Heroes.
No, there's not.
From
No,
1
there's
to
not.
2.
No, there's not. No, there's not. No, there's not. No, there's not.
How,
no,
okay,
there's not. No.
List the crossovers between the adventure games and 06.
Okay, the freaking boss fight that is literally like Egg Viper. Okay, in gameplay as a whole.
So Generations is Adventure 3 as well. Okay, good to know. Generations is Adventure 3.
No, wait. Where's the Egg Viper boss fight in Generations?
No, it has a Chaos boss fight. So it's the same boss fight. It's a sequel.
No, but it plays completely different.
It's not. So what are you talking about? Are we talking about what this game is in the series, or are we talking about a secret title for a gameplay style, which, by the way, I've already disproved that the gameplay style is different? And even if you disagree with me on the side that 06 is similar to Adventure, the preference is Adventure in terms of gameplay. So why would you want to couple those together?
Now listen here. Now this guy here, he's trying to fight a fight that I never picked. He is trying to fight a fight in saying that I believe Sonic 06 is actually Sonic Adventure 3.
That's what you agreed to for months.
But no, what I agreed to was that it is the third adventure-styled game.
That's not.
That's the fun. This man came to a debate debating the wrong thing. Do you guys want this guy to freaking represent our community? Are you kidding me?
You just gave up.
Debate wrong. He's literally He put the wrong. He's literally at the wrong debate. Where are you supposed to be right now?
He should stay on topic.
You supposed to be fighting over this?
He should stay on topic.
I think he should stay on topic. You need to calm down.
Are there any more?
Shanny, I'm the moderator. I think you need to stay over there.
No, okay.
Anyway,
whoa.
So I have a person who asked who wanted both of you to go in depth on the mechanics of 06 and what they do to add on to it being Adventure 3 or it not being Adventure 3.
What they do to the gameplay to make it not Adventure 3 is the question for me, right?
Yes.
What they do to separate it from. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple donations. One from Benny, £2. I agree with Evan forever because JK, let's go, Sam. Crap! $5 from Radiant saying 06 has the egg carrier. Wave Ocean is clearly a callback to Emerald Coast. The robots in 06 have chaos drives from SA2. Okay, thank you so much, Radiance, for the money. Hecka Mexican donated $2, and he says, I can't trust a man whose premiere ended 2 hours early. Even the system is against him. Very, 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 very true. Now I'm going to answer the question, and I have 2 minutes to respond. Give me a second, because I don't have a fancy watch like Sam over there. Okay, here we go. So, what elements do they make it different? Well, here's the thing.
The money you just got.
Around the era of Sonic 06, Sonic was already heavily criticized for his 3D outings. Whether that's deserved or not is irrelevant to this. But they were kind of pulling things back from the adventure era because it was known for glitches and camera issues. And 06 is kind of a symptom, in my opinion, for, believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe in the times where Forces was the newest game, but 06 was seen as less ambitious than even the likes of Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. Simply just because of the flat level design. It's not the same kind of game. Sonic's speed is kind of fixed at a speed cap. You don't gain momentum going down a hill, and you can tell that there was no plans ever in any stage in development where momentum would play a pivotal gameplay. It would make a difference, and it clearly didn't. In Adventure, whether it was intentional or not, there were many shortcuts you could only access if you utilized momentum properly. And there's many moments in the level design that shows that. And that's evidence of the fundamentals of that game in concept are different. That is the root of what that game is. And 06, just playing it, even the polished version of Project 06, fundamentally, it is not dependent on physics as much as Adventure and even Adventure 2 was. Because Adventure 2 does have those shortcuts as well, where you have to use your momentum, you find little goodies because you did that and experimented with the game. 06 is not quite like that. Not to say, this is not a stab at the game either. I would say that what Sonic Team was doing, it's clear that they knew that the level would be flat, because in the flat areas, they filled it with things to interact with. Now, whether or not you like how the combat works, you could say it's stagnated. I like shadows, personally. But those elements make it different, right? There was never hordes of enemies as much in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. That is it. That is my time.
Good.
Okay, now I am going to respond to him real quick. So, once again, he's bringing up the facts of there being no physics. We already established, yes, Sonic 06 has no physics. I'm talking about beyond the physics. Yes, I know physics are a pretty pivotal part in the gameplay for the adventure games. I agree with that. That's what made the adventure games fun compared to 06. But the game, because it wasn't designed with physics in mind, doesn't mean that they didn't try to make it like an adventure game. They probably, for all you know, designed some of the maps and adjusted them because there was no physics. In fact, there's proof of that when they throw dash pads all over the place because he has no physics. They threw them in there. How many dash pads are thrown all over 06? Even in the volcano map, there's dash pads all over because he has no physics or momentum. They put dash pads there to put a band-aid over a problem they had. But that doesn't mean that they didn't have physics in mind originally, right? And again, like what the gentleman mentioned, yes, the egg carrier was in there. Yes, there was a whale chase. Yes, there is Wave Ocean, which is literally Emerald Coast. Okay, yes, they introduced a new hedgehog like in Adventure 2. Okay, you can't tell me that this game is not trying to be the next adventure. A next adventure game. It's not Adventure 3, but it is the third adventure game.
I want you to know, every time you do that, you weaken your points so much. You do so well, Sam.
No,
but then
don't.
At the end, you just you poop on it. Because you go I'm not arguing what the video title says. I'm not in this video.
You guys want this guy
is this your rebuttal?
To be...
Is this your rebuttal to it?
This is my rebuttal, yes. I think it's important that we clarify that this is the video title. I need you guys to know that I brought this idea up. I'm being generous 2 months ago.
He just admitted it. Put that on the record. He just admitted that he brought it up. He made up this argument that he had.
And Sam is only expressing discomfort with the side that he is on live on stream. I just want you all to know that that's what's happening. We have been talking about this idea for many, many times, and probably 5 different settings. We had planned out how it would go. Nope. So when he does that, it ruins his points.
How are you going to tell me that I was planning to... No, look, I just uploaded a video on my channel 20 minutes ago. You're going to tell me this was planned? This was last minute. You procrastinated. But I'm the procrastinator here, but you procrastinated. Stay over there. Don't look at me like that.
Anyways, so I have another question for you guys, just
all right,
because this is more of a slander than 06 discussion. So we're gonna get back on track.
Okay.
I had a question about items that show up in 06 and Adventure together. This one is for Sam first.
Can I read donations first, though?
Sure.
Okay, so Ashlyn donated $5. Both are valid arguments. And while I am leaning towards Sam, here's my question. What about the Chow Gardens? That's a good question. Maybe you can add that on. We're just talking about elements. Yeah. Cherry picking them still. It's nice to know that we're still cherry picking them. Anyway, those are all the donations I believe that came in. Wait a minute. No, Crazy Gamer, $1.36 says, can we all be friends? Let's keep our opinions to ourselves and ourselves only. Sam's Twitter bio even states opinions are my own. And I respect that. Sam, I salute you and I hope you win. Why is everybody... These are my viewers? No, they're not my viewers, but they're technically viewing... Anyway, whatever.
They have brains.
Oh, Sam. Okay. At least they can read a video title. All right, go first. Okay,
so the question, I just want to... Before we start the time, I want to clarify the question. It was relating to items in both games?
Yeah, similar items appearing in Adventure in 06.
And don't forget Chow Garden.
Well, yeah, I can...
Chow Garden and stuff.
So, yeah, no, there is, again, to bring up my point that they are trying to make it play like adventure and make it the third adventure styled game is the items. They have the light speed dash. They have the bounce bracelet, which did not return since Adventure 2. All right. The Chow Garden, relating to the Chow Garden, this was a weird time for Sega, and you guys would know this. At the time, Sega tried to be kind of edgy, like what Shadow the Hedgehog released, I believe, in 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And they tried to take a turn, and they tried to turn Sonic's brand into something it really wasn't. They tried to make us feel like it's serious. So I feel like Sega, they didn't want to even try to put a Chow Garden in there. One, because the game, again, was rushed, and two, they don't want any kiddish stuff in the game. They haven't been wanting that for a while. That was a weird time where Sega completely dropped a lot of the nice light stuff that used to be scattered all over the Sonic series, like the egg pawns, like the badniks that were colorful and were badniks. All of those were gone. They wanted to be more serious, and that is why there's no Chow Garden in the game. Again, I'm not saying it is Adventure 3, but the game as a whole still is too close to an adventure game that we can't just ignore it and act like everything's all hunky-dory over there in Denial Town.
I just want to call the game what it is. Can I respond? Am I set to go?
You are
The game.
absolutely ready.
Oh, you want to call it what it is? Okay, it's called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sam,
Is that
please.
what you wanted?
Yeah.
It's called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sam,
It's called
shut up.
Sonic the Hedgehog. You want
quiet.
that?
Can I
You guys want
respond?
it?
Can I?
You guys. Okay. Go
He's
ahead.
just not relaxed. Okay. I'm going to respond. I'm going to start my timer. You can tell when Sam starts to you can hear it in his voice when he starts to crack. Guys, I'm going to answer the question. But it's going to sound like I'm not when I start because we have to look at the franchise's history because again, I'm going to bring it back to this conversation's roots, which is what the creators intend, right? Because that's the only foundation we can go off of. So
Wait, I'm sorry, you said you want to bring it back to its roots?
I'm gonna, yeah. And it's about
like
the creators.
game, like what they said when they were. Oh, okay.
No, Sam.
Okay, no,
I haven't
continue,
finished.
continue.
I haven't
No,
finished.
continue,
I'm done,
please.
Sam.
I'm not trying to interrupt.
So we go with what the creators say, and I know I brought this point up already, but it connects with this question, and it's about Sonic Unleashed and how it originally was supposed to be Adventure 3. But I specifically want to. I was just reiterating that just for those who are just joining us, but I specifically want to focus on the fact that Unleashed success. I want to praise it for being successful. I think it deserves it. I didn't initially think so, and the Loud fandom did a great job of being loud and proud for their cause, and now it's changed how I feel about the game. So congratulations to you guys. But another thing is that game took all the successful elements of Sonic in that time period from Sonic Rush, right? That's why the 2D sections were even there. The cry for classic Sonic was part of it, but they were like, "Oh, we just did it with Dimps. We're gonna work with Dimps on the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed. We're gonna make the 2D sections like Rush. We're gonna add a boost." So again, where are we gonna draw the line? Is Unleashed Rush 2 truly, and then we make Rush Adventure 3, and every Sonic game is going to obviously take the successful elements from the previous iteration, and we plug that into the idea that Sonic 06 truly was marketed as a reboot. Of course, there's going to be overlaps of concepts. Sega does that. They use the successful concepts in a reboot, and I'm all done. Thank you so much.
Well, okay, I need to respond to that.
We need to answer. We need to read some donations first
You
of all.
could just shut up real quick.
Hey,
now,
is
hold
that
on.
how you feel about the people watching?
No, hold on. No, I'm talking to you, who is pocketing money under the table right now. Now listen
Stay
here.
on topic.
I am. Now listen here. You said they want to bring successful parts of the game, so obviously it's going to have interconnecting parts through each game.
Yes.
What company have you been watching that has been taking successful parts from the games and put them in the next one?
They try
It
to.
ain't Sonic Team.
Doesn't
no,
mean
it's not. Now hold on. Now
regardless of
hold
how
on.
you
Now
feel
hold on. Now
about
hold
it.
on. No,
Okay.
I am speaking right now. young
Okay.
man. Now hold on. Now hold on. Now, what part of Game Rush do you not understand? Right? What part of that do you understand?
Game Rush?
Now hold on. You've mentioned that the most pivotal part of adventure is the physics. But if that's the case, that they were just bringing successful parts over, why didn't they bring the physics, Evan? They didn't bring the physics because it was rushed.
And that's why
Your
they named it
argument
something different.
has no standing.
No,
He
they
has
got
no
rid of it.
standing.
They
No,
got the
and
physics
by the
out
way-
because they
by the
couldn't
way,
call it that.
He's a
let
liar.
him
He's a
go.
liar. Yeah, thank you, Shani. You're doing a great job, by the way. Now, I want to make it clear that he was saying, "Oh, the Unleashed fandom opened my eyes." Bull crap! Have you seen his stream with him and Lourdes playing Unleashed?
Stay on
They
topic,
hate the
Sam.
game. They hate the game. He's a liar. Go watch the stream. Watch the VOD before he delete. He's on his way to delete it right now. Watch
No,
it.
no, 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 no.
He's deleting it. Go watch it. Go watch it. And you tell me which one's the liar. Thank you so much. I rest my case. Okay, let's go.
So
I'm ready.
I'd love to show some respect for our viewers that are here and read their donations before I get into that whole mess. Supersonic68 donated $1 and he said, gameplay has nothing to do with any of this, guys. If this year,
Sam, come back here.
if this year they announce a new game and name it Sonic Adventure 3, and let's say we all agree that it's 100% an adventure-style game, whatever that entails, why or why not would that be wrong, right? That's a good question. Why would that be wrong? It would totally be called Adventure 3, and Sam would all of a sudden change what side of the fence he's on and be like, oh, yeah, this is the true Adventure 3, which is ridiculous. There's more donations. Oh, there's more donations.
No, I'm saying, could you go back?
What do you want to say? Go for it.
I'm saying, real quick, go back to that question. He was mentioning the gameplay. If it was the gameplay of what style?
He's saying the gameplay has nothing to do with it. So he didn't say anything about that. So listen this time.
He's saying he played. No, he's saying he played. They call it Adventure 3, but it doesn't look like an adventure game.
No, it does. Say it's like Adventure 3, and it truly is in all its form. Why is that wrong that it's Adventure 3? Why is it wrong that it would be called that if it's a new game?
I wouldn't think that's wrong. You're putting words in my mouth. Why would I think that's wrong?
Well,
I wouldn't.
Under the side that you agreed to take for 2 months straight, by the way.
What the hell?
It says that can't happen. I'm not making that up. How?
You're making it up. You're making it up.
Do we need chat logs?
Said. When the hell did I say, oh, and if they make the next adventure game, it's actually going to be Adventure 4, not 3?
No.
When did I say that?
Okay.
I did not say it
okay,
can't
Sam,
be
relax.
Okay,
Relax.
continue. Read your next
So,
one.
I'll make a correction. I don't mean to imply that's what you said, but I am equating it to the argument that you are attaching yourself to. So
you're attaching it. You're attaching myself to it.
The miscommunication is that, Sam, you are fighting another fight, and you are not, and you're like in the wrong live stream. Okay.
Which one of us looks like we came to the right live stream? It's a debate.
Okay.
You tell me which one.
I don't have a
looks
green
like we're
screen.
in a debate right now.
We
You
should
tell me.
should stay on topic. Sam, later we can launch an investigation and look at chat logs and emails and
Not
Discord
email.
servers.
Thank you,
to see
Shane.
where it was going.
Thank you, Shani.
Let's
You're
stay
doing a
on
great
topic.
job. You're doing a great job, by the way. 10 pounds from Possessive Mask. It's a reboot because the games during that time were getting further away from Adventure, and it was returning to form, like Adventure. It's a reboot because they wanted to go back to Adventure. Yes, but I think they kind of wanted to erase it in that moment because remember, DX was the prominent port at that time, and that's really not a good port. And so it was kind of a laughing stock combined with the way the cutscenes are. You're only now seeing a shift in perspective of Adventure because modding is more accessible. Pandemic is increasing gaming in general. So you're seeing a rise in appreciation for this game. And I think it's like such a perfect time for a remake. And I feel like saying 06 is Adventure 3 it's kind of like taking away the opportunity for people. I mean, it doesn't mean that that's what you're saying, Sam. Again, I think you're fighting a different fight. But when you say 06 is Adventure 3, which is what the title of the video is, I'm sorry, I can't change it. It's already out here. You do kind of rob that experience that people have been waiting for a long time because there was a shift after Adventure 2. I see you falling there. It's because you are losing. That's
Sam,
literally
please
your
stay behind
votes.
the podium.
Yeah. Stay with me. He's losing the energy. He's getting tired. He burned himself out. Oh, look at him. He's all tuckered out. Anyway, yeah, you kind of rob that experience from those people that have been fighting for so long for that experience. And the classic fans got it with Mania, so like, let's do it. Like, let's have that experience again. Why not? Anyway, that's all I got to say. But I have another donation, so I might as well say it while it's here. The deleter says, he donates $5 and he says, Evan, Sonic 06 may have bad physics, but doesn't 06 have just as much of an emphasis on wall running and the challenge as Adventure? There's wall running in Sonic Advanced for like a couple seconds. Like, we can't cherry pick elements. The only solid thing is the creators. Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead. If you want to respond, you can go for it.
Let's hear what you have to say about it.
When did I say Now you're saying I didn't. You're not trying to imply it,
Sam,
but then
before
you
answer
literally.
this, is this about the question?
Shut up, real quick. Now hold on. You said you're not implying it, but then you literally implied it. That I am doing that now because of what we're calling it. We can't have us going back to an adventure form. That it's not feasible. When did I say that? When did that come out of my mouth? But
no,
you
it's
don't know.
when
You don't know.
when you label a game that I don't think is up to snuff. I think it damages what the image of what Adventure 3 could be. I think we need a higher standard.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not. But again.
2 months.
I'm not saying it's Adventure 3.
2 months.
I'm saying it is the third adventure-styled game.
That's not what you were saying for 2 months.
Again, you're in a whole different universe, bro. You're arguing something that doesn't even exist. You're fighting ghosts right now.
I said that about you. You're copying my arguments now. Because you've got nothing.
Okay, sure.
You got good
Sure.
taste. At least you got good taste.
All right. Yeah,
I just want the chat to understand to ask questions. There's definitely a lot of statements about the current climate of what is happening. You gotta help us all. But questions would be greatly appreciated. Hey, this question actually will go to Evan.
All right.
They want you to explain story elements. What are some story elements that set it apart? And for Sam, what are some story elements that keep it aligned with adventure?
Okay, and who asked this?
Someone a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, I will start now. So story elements that separate it from the adventure games. So Sam is right, again, when he says that, it's similar with interweaving storylines. But, like, it also has its own unique structure because it oddly involves a lot of characters, but puts a primary focus on only 3 characters. So it's arguably just as different as the way Heroes split up the stories. And that's why when you start cherry picking gameplay elements, even the way the game presents the story in terms of intersecting storylines, which is unique to a gameplay experience, so it is tied to the development of the game. Heroes is similar just as much as Adventure 1 and 2. It has interweaving storylines, but it's a different game. And so it's like a never-ending conversation of like what elements are attached to the title of adventure, like at what point do we draw the line? That's why I'm trying to kind of push away from that discussion. Story-wise, it seems tonally much more serious, even more serious than Adventure 2. Adventure 2 is kind of wacky and silly in some areas. But yeah, 06 was more like Shadow the Hedgehog. Cutscene wise, it was a lot more like Shadow the Hedgehog. And I think that was just the direction that the series director at the time, I believe it was Yuji Naka, just wanted. A very cinematic experience, which again, I don't disagree with. But if you look at the art direction of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, if you're going to cherry pick elements, we can cherry pick the element of the art style and the art direction. It wasn't hyper realistic. You could argue that they couldn't at the time and it wasn't an option, but that's part of the experience of the game. That is the art direction of the game. 06, technical limitations were different. They went for a more cinematic experience, so that's just one more element that's different. And it's like, you just keep going down this rabbit hole of elements and it never ends. So you gotta go to what the title is. I'm all done. Thanks.
Yeah, the elements never ends because the entire game tried to be like an adventure game. I know it's kind of hard when we have to pull out literally every element from the game.
There's some elements from Shadow the Hedgehog and Heroes.
Hold on. You said that Sonic 06 might be a more serious story than SA2. Now, this is on topic because it's referring to how I believe this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. In SA2, a 12-year-old girl got shot by the military, and the world was going to get destroyed by a gigantic arc in the sky. And what was in 06? Oh, yeah, a god of destruction. I'm sorry. I feel like SA2 would have to be a bit more of a darker tone there. It's a bit more of a serious tone. But now, hold on. I will mention this. The story of Sonic 06 is radically is somewhat different from an
Didn't a
adventure game.
whole laboratory of people die in 06?
Because I'm sorry, but did a 12-year-old girl get shot in that one? What? I'm sorry, did I miss that?
Did
part?
a young girl told to not cry for many, many years of her life?
Yeah, he's a horrible father, and he should be investigated.
Maria had it easy, man.
Maria had it coming. Okay, but that's a different story.
Right.
What side are you on?
No, hold on.
Maria's like 12.
Okay, so again, the interweaving story in 06 is like an adventure game, but the story in 06 is really different from what we had in an adventure game. But I don't think that will make it set apart from an adventure game if the story is different. When everything else is practically the same as an adventure game, minus the physics, and the story being a different take, I don't think that separates it. Again, we get a third hedgehog. A new hedgehog.
Do you notice how we're just continuously coming up with reasons why it's not Adventure 3?
Coming up with the same... We are coming up with the reasons why it is, but you are putting words in my mouth. You're playing some games here.
You're like, there's intersecting storylines and there's a new hedgehog.
No. Okay, hold on. I dropped my book because of you. God damn it.
I don't need notes.
Now hold on.
Hold on. I got donations from supporters.
You know what? Why don't you just read your donations while I pick up my pen?
Yeah, please do. The Crazy Gamer donated $1.36.
This is my Crazy Gamer. He's a great guy. What do you have to say, Crazy Gamer?
This is my statement.
He's really smart. He has 5 PhDs. I've heard it.
This is my statement. 06 uses the adventure formula. It has adventure gameplay, telling with a connected story. I believe that's what they meant. Gun is in 06, multiple playable characters, and a realistic world. Also, a word on physics. Does the 06 project count because it fixes the issues? It's not dependent on physics platforming, though. I don't know if in Adventure 1 and 2 they did it by mistake. I'm pretty sure it's intentional, though. There's a lot of moments where I'm absolutely certain that momentum had to be a plan from early on because it's in the level design. 06 doesn't have that, and I was saying that earlier. Project 06 doesn't really fix it because even if they add momentum, the level design doesn't let you use it. I'm gonna hold on. Those are some elements that you listed, Crazy Gamer, that are like parallels between the adventure games. But again, it was meant to be a reboot, so it's going to take the elements that were successful and they had a narrative focus. They were saying like, okay, we are going to use the things that worked, and so Gun was something that people liked, and so they kept it. They kept that part of Shadow's character. It's not a solid reboot, but again, Heroes follows Adventure 2 as much as 06 follows Adventure. And Sam, you were even saying that the story element, the story itself is presented differently than the adventure games. Like it's absolutely different, and that's just another element.
It's not totally like out there. It's just a different type of story for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, in the sense that
it's like you said, it's a reboot. Of course, they're gonna change some stuff.
Yeah, it's a reboot. So how can it be a sequel to something existing in the series if it's also a reboot, Sam?
Who said I said it was a sequel?
When you said it's Adventure 3.
It's the third adventure game in the series, but it's not Sonic Adventure 3.
Dude, Heroes is more like Adventure 3
like I mentioned, I'm sorry, you said Heroes is like Adventure 3. Do you want to have a debate on that?
Well, with your logic,
do you want to talk about that? We can talk about that. No, with your logic, you would say, you just said with your logic it would be Adventure 3. No. It wouldn't. Now, hold on.
Okay, how is Heroes not Adventure 3?
Here's my question. Here's my question. Here's my question. Can you play and beat Sonic Adventure if it had the physics of Sonic 06?
Can you play and beat...
Can you beat Sonic Adventure if it had the physics of Sonic 06?
I don't know. There's no way we could know that for sure.
I feel like you probably can. Probably can.
I think it would be incredibly painful.
Yes, it would. Just like 06. But you can do it. Right?
Okay. We can pour All Stars Racing Transformed stages into Riders. It's a new Riders game.
Shut the hell up. Now hold on.
Now on Tails channel.
And you said I don't care where we are right now. Do you know where you are? It looks like you just came out of a Costco. You're not ready for a debate. Now listen.
Costco.
I'm here. Yes, a Costco. Now listen.
What's wrong with Costco?
Now Sam's Club is the shit. Now listen to me. So this whole argument that you had was that it's not an adventure game because of the missing physics, but you don't even know if we could beat adventure with 06 physics. If we can indeed play and beat adventure with 06 physics, does that tell you that 06 was made differently? Made in mind differently?
Heroes could do that too. You could do the same thing with Heroes.
Sonic 06 had the physics of adventure. It would not only would it play better, we would all agree that, but it probably wouldn't have nearly as much automation as the game has.
Can you please tell me
your argument is Sonic 06 was developed differently in mind because they didn't want to make the physics like adventure. My argument is you don't know that because the game was rushed. They probably were going to make it control exactly and feel exactly like adventure, and it wouldn't have made any difference. Yeah, the maps might be a little more flat, but there's still a lot of curves, dude. There's a lot of curves in Sonic 06, especially the volcano stage. Wave Ocean had a bunch of loops. Yes, they're automated because there is no physics, but if there was physics, then it probably would have played like adventure, probably even better. Continue. Anyways,
do you guys notice how Sam is
notice how he is not dressed? He did not come prepared.
I don't have a suit. I literally don't own one. Have you ever seen? Anyway,
let's run the poll.
No, we will soon. We're gonna do closing statements soon.
Yeah.
But
can I just say?
Yeah.
Can I just say that Polly B, he donated $10. Thank you, Polly. He said this rocks. Does it? Does it rock?
I think it does rock.
I think Paulie B is a great person, and he would agree with me.
Maybe I'm gonna respond. So notice how Sam is using a lot of probably, right? But at the same time, he's using that word a lot, right? But at the same time, he's telling me that I don't know anything, and I've never implied that I know for sure. I know for sure any of this stuff, and I've actually made it very clear early on that it's very hard for us to draw the line on what is and what isn't something. And so we have to take it from the creator. And so if you break your leg, Sam, if you almost break your leg, do you say you broke your leg? No.
With all due respect, the creator said the moon rotated.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
So what? Then we invalidate everything they've ever said.
No, but what I'm saying is we probably shouldn't live with their words as gospel.
Yes, but you don't get to decide what someone else's art is called. You can
as
at least
as a fan, we have the freedom to interpret what we want with the series. We can interpret what we want. There's so many different views in the series. It's been going on for so long.
Hey, Sam.
You can interpret different
It's my
things.
Response. Where's my moderator?
He's gone. I killed him.
Yeah, he murdered him. This is my answer, by the way.
Sam is yelling over me, and I'm about to mute him.
You didn't say anything.
I did.
You didn't.
So loud.
You're just spazzing. Anyway, I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna respond now. I've got some time left. So again, Sam is just like he's freaking out. He's changing his argument, and the thing is, there's a difference between Sam and I, right? Sam has been like super repetitive. And he's been talking about one thing. You guys notice, if you look back in this stream archive, I've already weighed the pros and cons of being on either side. So even if you agree with Sam, what it means if you walk around and label it, you have the freedom. You have the freedom to call anything that you want. Sam is right. You can call it whatever you want it to. You have the freedom to do that. I'm not trying to decide what you call something for you, but I'm saying the benefit of disregarding Sonic 06 as an adventure title is it focuses the conversation, similar to how some modern fans feel like the title Classic Sonic blurs the conversation, makes it confusing and harder for people to participate and understand where the line is drawn. I think it's more beneficial if we draw the line in Adventure 1 and 2, and Adventure 1 and 2 are different enough already. Like, that is already kind of problematic because I, being an Adventure 1 fan, would rather have an Adventure 1 game, but I'm willing to bite the bullet on that and include Adventure 2 because I respect the creators' decisions, and Sam over here will belittle the creators simply because they made a silly explanation when they were put on the spot at a convention. So that's the type of person that you are siding with if you vote for him.
Okay, listen here. I'm going to make this clear before you guys go to the polls and vote. I do want to make this clear that I'm a common sense person, right? I'm a common sense person. I don't look at things with the blindfolds on, and I don't use I don't divide. I don't use the quadratic formula to make things fit. I look at things with the eyes of common sense. Does Sonic 06 try to play like an adventure game? Yes. No. Does it have
Hold on, Evan.
I just said one word. Just one word.
gameplay elements that hone in on Sonic's first 3D adventure?
No.
Yes,
You make it so
Evan, hold on.
easy.
Okay.
He makes it so easy.
Yes, it does. Okay. And I think what Evan is because he's such a big adventure fan, like I am. The difference is I'm okay with saying 06 tried to be another adventure game, but he's scared because he likes adventure so much. He is scared to put 06 in the same category as that game, and I understand
The
why
creators don't either. Why would we?
The creators blacklisted the game. They act like it doesn't exist.
Do you have a
So
problem
yes.
with that?
So yes. So
somebody
yes,
wants to
I
back
know.
up.
So yes,
Somebody wants-
I know. I'm not done talking. So yes, I know there is some difference. I know. I get there's some differences in the game.
Okay.
But we can't just put on blindfolds and try to act like it wasn't like that. It's something completely different. It is 06 is not a different game. It's not a brand new take in the series. It tried to be something that it already was in the past, and that is the adventure game.
A combination of all the things that worked in Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Sonic Adventure, and 2.
So far different.
Nope.
Hold
So
on.
different.
Hold on. Somebody wants you to back up on Sam's comment that Sam just said that he loved adventure so much that he is not willing to lump 06 into the adventure formula. Sam, does that mean that your love of adventure is not good enough? Are you willing to not love adventure enough to put
No.
06 in there?
See, no. You're trying to flip. You're trying to push.
I'm not trying to do anything. That was question. from the
I know
chat.
the question. You're trying to push a narrative that was disproven many times. You can check my website. Now, listen. What I'm gonna say is, as this person's drinking water, he's drinking his tears right now.
I'm just
What
relaxed.
I'm saying is,
Just chilling.
what I'm saying is that I do love adventure, but I don't have a problem with saying 06 try to be like adventure. I don't have a problem with doing that. Doing that doesn't do a disservice to adventure. Adventure was a game made in 1998. I feel like it gets too much hate because I think that game is at the time was really advanced for everything that else that came out, and people try to say it aged poorly. No, it didn't.
Irrelevant.
At the time, it's still really well. But what I'm saying is that
Irrelevant.
06 tried
Hold
to
on,
hone in on many of the things that adventure had.
And
it
Heroes.
was a return to form. Heroes try to actually be more actually, I would argue Heroes try to be very simplistic. It didn't have a story like the adventure games. It was Eggman takes over the world in 3 days. There we go. I just explained the story in Heroes. What's the story? Can you easily say the story in the adventure games? No, you're gonna have to use a little bit more a description to describe what's happening in both the adventure games.
Well,
So
what do you say? What do you say about the people who?
Don't make a question. Don't make a question. You're the moderator. Stay over there.
No, there are people. They're asking.
No, they're not.
This is
There's
a
no people.
consistent question. What do you say to the people who say that Heroes is Sonic Adventure 3 wholeheartedly?
Absolutely, that's
say
a good question.
I would say Heroes, well, in the development stage, in the very early development stages, I believe at one point they wanted to make Adventure 3, but they decided to make it something else because Sega decided to go third party. What I'm saying is Heroes is way more, because they wanted to introduce it to Sonic to a new player base, which is on Nintendo consoles. They weren't going to make an Adventure 3, so they switched it and they changed the direction of the game.
A reboot.
Heroes, it was not a reboot.
Yes.
Because Heroes touched upon stuff in Adventure 2
Yeah,
with
but
Shadow the Hedgehog.
But it's just
And
as
then
much a reboot as 06 is, because it touches on things from the
it was
adventure games.
Hold on,
Oh,
Evan. Hold on.
All right.
06 was more of a reboot than Heroes. That is ridiculous. Now listen here. Heroes is way too radically different from the adventure games for it to be considered an Adventure 3. Okay, Heroes' gameplay is completely different. The way the stories are structured is completely different. Heroes is more repetitive than the adventure games. It has it's just a completely, I would argue Heroes is what Evan is trying to say. Evan tries to say that Sonic 06 was this one thing that was never done, but like it's not an adventure game, it's not a boost game, it's its own thing. I would say Heroes is its own thing. Heroes and Chow the Hedgehog, they shared all that. They shared that one thing, which is the Heroes gameplay style. They are nothing like the adventure games, gameplay wise, physics wise, all that stuff.
Okay,
but
so
even though I mentioned the physics, I will say this: the physics in Heroes is so radically different from anything we had before that it is completely
like 06.
No, 06. Well, it doesn't have proper physics. The gameplay of it is still relatively an adventure game. No,
it's more like
Heroes.
Hold on,
Heroes does not play like an adventure game, and no, it doesn't. Explain to me. Hold on. Explain to me how Heroes plays like adventure.
I'm not saying that. I'm literally saying that 06 and Heroes are just as similar.
Rewind like 20 seconds ago.
I'm saying Heroes and 06 are just as similar as Adventure and Sonic 06. And so it's funny that your opinion is completely different when it comes to Heroes, and when it comes to 06, you are like, no, it's called Adventure 3.
Heroes is completely different from Adventure.
Somebody please show Sam a list of all the similarities between Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog that translate also over to 06. There's just as many, I guarantee you.
Wait, Shadow the Hedgehog? Where are we to Shadow the Hedgehog? We're talking about from Adventure to Heroes.
We're talking about from Heroes to 06 right now. Where are you?
What? Where are you? He's changing stuff. He's changing stuff, chat. Are you kidding me?
Heroes is just as much. No, I'm not. You gotta keep up. You're yelling.
Chat, I know that you. Chat,
Sam,
you have a brain.
Your 2 minutes is up. Sam, your 2 minutes is up. It's Evan's turn to. It's Evan's turn to rebuttal.
He was already
talking. We have one more question.
So should we do?
In regards to that?
Should we do? I think we're at the time. Actually, we're already over time.
It's his time. He needs to go. Please.
It's true. It's true.
Well, let me do this. Somebody asked a really good question to you, Evan, because Evan, you talked about how the developers have said this is what it is, and then that's how it is. So what do you say that Shadow the Hedgehog is Sonic Adventure 3 because in development it was called Adventure 3?
Right. So when we take so again, pros and cons, right? Like it gets so confusing when you don't title something what it's called, because people call things the title of things for a reason. And so if we call Shadow the Hedgehog in its completed form Sonic Adventure 3, that is so confusing. And it's equally as confusing and I think damaging if you call a game like 06 Sonic Adventure 3, because regardless of how you feel about 06, that does a discredit to 06's originality and the concepts it brings over from games that aren't just adventure. They were truly trying to do a reboot, and just like they tried to do with Unleashed, they were pooling all the the things they saw were effective. Whether or not it was implemented well is irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is they were taking things that they saw as elements for a successful game, and they put it into a reboot. And they were doing that over and over again with Heroes, with 06. It's not officially a reboot, canonically, but stylistically, Heroes and 06 are just as different. And so that's why that's why Shani probably asked Sam, why do you consider, what do you say to people that say that Heroes is Adventure 3? What do you say to people, and Shani's asking me now, what do you say to people who think Shadow the Hedgehog is Adventure 3? Like, it never ends. Do we not see the hilarity in that rabbit hole?
I brought it up. I brought it up many times in chat. Chat knows this. People that played Heroes knows this. Obviously, Heroes is radically different from the adventure games. It's not crazy for me to say 06 is closer to adventure than Heroes is to adventure. How is that crazy? It's true.
See, it's
true, Evan. I know you have a brain. Now, hold on. I want to put on the record real quick. The
spectrum gets confusing.
Now, hold on. I need to bring this up real quick. What is the wording in the voting poll? Hold on.
Is this closing statement or?
What is the closing statement? Well, you said you want to close because it's your bedtime. You're too tired.
This is the 2-minute rebuttal, and then we got to go to closing statement.
Okay, all right. So you rebuttal. You don't have to close.
No, you go ahead. Oh, a rebuttal? Okay, rebuttal.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna say. I probably don't need 2 minutes, but here's what I'm gonna say. Again,
thank God.
I'm a common sense guy. Chat, we all played Sonic games. We know that Heroes is radically different from anything we had beforehand. But we do know, too, that 06 is not different. It is not completely new. 06, in every intents and purposes, tries to be what it was in the adventure days. It tried. It didn't fully accomplish it because of the missing physics and the difference in story. I understand that. But it is, in all intents and purposes, a third adventure game. It's not Adventure 3. It is a third adventure game. Now, that brings me to my question real quick. It's not really my question for the voting, Evan. I know you like to word stuff differently and put words in my mouth. What is the wording on the voting poll? Is it that I believe Sonic 06 is Sonic Adventure 3?
Do you want to make the straw poll?
We'll find out when the straw poll is made.
I want the wording to be correct.
Well, I created it already.
I don't. Okay, well, you gotta. If you said that I believe Sonic 06 is Sonic Adventure 3, I want the wording changed because that's not what I said.
Okay,
it's
but
not
Sam,
that it is Adventure 3.
That's fine. I
listen,
wish that you said this 2 months ago.
Oh wow, really?
I have to throw you under the bus because you're using it as a counter argument towards me.
No, it is the third adventure game. It is the third adventure game. It's not Adventure 3, but it is the third adventure game. That needs to be corrected in the poll because I know this guy will try to twist some stuff. Anyways,
he's 2 months.
He's getting money. Was 06 Sonic Adventure 3.
That's the title of the video. That's going to be misleading. I'm keeping it.
Created that debate. That's not even what I was trying to say.
That's too bad. I have to keep it. So since you went first and your closing or your opening statement, should I start with mine?
Oh yes, please do.
Evan's closing statement.
All right, so closing statements, guys. And I congratulate Sam because it seems like he's made some ground. Because some people in the chat I'm seeing are siding with him, and that's good. Yeah. That's good.
I'm repost the straw poll.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna win, but it's a completely different poll. So the results of the first poll will not affect this one. But I'm gonna do my 2-minute closing statements right now. So let me start the timer. All right. So guys, this entire time, it's a shame that we've spent so much of this debate talking about, story elements, gameplay elements. I've been saying this throughout the entire stream, so you can probably tell where I'm going. But if it's not a sequel, it's not a sequel. It's also Sam's argument of the gameplay similarities. When I see 06's level design, I see the same kind of flat, destroying enemies in a locked room, hitting a key like in Sonic Heroes. Level design structure-wise and its lack of physics is very similar to Sonic Heroes. I understand that it doesn't have the team mechanic, but there are a lot of moments where you basically are using the team mechanic. It just forces you into a different character. I'm not trying to say 06 is super unique when I say it's a reboot. That's not what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to say that it doesn't have elements from Sonic Adventure or there isn't any similarities. But what I'm saying is that when you start listing out the similarities and you try to equate a point to the amount of similarities to define what the sequel is, the conversation objectively gets confusing. And it makes the conversation about what truly is an adventure game and what we need now is clarity and what we want. Because when we don't have clarity, we get things like Forces where they don't know what we want, right? There's too many people to answer to. And so the more games we decide are part of a specific term and we give adventure this powerful label of a gameplay style that's attached to it, and we include 06 in that message becomes blurry, and the results of that, I think, are dangerous. And so that's why I carefully worded this stream's title. I never meant to spring it on Sam and make him feel like he's arguing something different. It's unfortunate that that's where we ended up. I can't change the poll, but yeah, that's it. That's my time. Thank you.
Okay. So I want to come to the table with an open, common sense mind. I understand that my friend Evan is very, very old, and he probably doesn't remember correctly. I understand. I understand.
Savage.
I understand that he is too scared to admit that 06 was a third take at an adventure style. I understand why he is afraid to admit that. I just want to bring up the fact again with common sense. We don't need to play all these mind games. Common sense.
I'm not playing.
Does Sonic 06 in all intents and purposes, harken back on adventure. Does it play relatively close to the adventure style? Check mark. Yes. Okay. What kind of bosses do we have? Do we have bosses that feel like adventure bosses? Yes, we do. In fact, we even have a boss fight that has the final watch out, he's up to something. We have a boss fight that does that. We have the egg viper. Okay.
The advanced
we have,
games
again,
do.
we have a bunch of, we have too many similarities when it comes to the story structure. Introducing a third, 1, 2, 3, hedgehog. The last time they introduced a hedgehog, a second hedgehog, was Adventure 2. Now they introduced a third one in Sonic 06. Okay? Again, we have Wave Ocean, we have the whale chase. There's too many similarities for us to be like, no, it's completely different. And there's too many similarities for too many different stuff in Sonic Heroes to say that Sonic Heroes is the same argument I'm having. It's not. That's a totally different thing that he brought up. So I want to make it clear, I'm a common sense guy. I don't need to play any mind games. I'm calling it what it is. Sonic 06 is the third game in the series that plays like adventure. It is the third game to try the adventure style. It is not Sonic Adventure 3. I've already said that because it's not titled Adventure 3. I understand that. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I love you all. Definitely vote for me, and my channel is definitely something you guys should check out.
All right, I'm going to read some donations before we move on, because there was quite a few. So I believe it was Super Nardful donated $5 and said Sonic 06 was a celebration of the entire franchise, and many elements such as Dark Story is just where the franchise was at the time. Absolutely. The deleter said Adventure 2 had enemy rooms and keys, though. Yes, but not the same exact designs, too, and also like not repetitively. Ryan D donated $5 and said, both make good points, but I see more on Evan's side. There are already too many differences between Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. Ashlyn also donated $2 and said, yet Sam is single, so, ooh, God. Gavin donated $1 and said, Sonic CD is the third classic game, but Sonic 3 also exists. Good point. Super Nardful also donates $10. Thank you so much. These similarities Sam is listing are just elements that made Sonic what it was at the time. There wasn't always going to be a switch to boost. Colors isn't Unleashed 2 for having the boost. Ooh, Sam. That's fine. The chat's like taking you out before the poll even gets posted. Sam, I tried to make a compromise in the wording. Are you happy with Sonic 06 equals Sonic Adventure 3? We need one we're both happy with, and I'm not happy with your proposal.
You know what? I'll take it because I feel like the chat understands what I've been trying to get across this whole time.
Sure.
So, chat, I trust you to not read too deep into it and to just take my perspective on things. I understand that you guys listened well, and I don't believe that you will listen to someone who fabricates.
He gets extra time, Shanny?
Calm down.
What is this?
I know. I thought he was only going to talk for 5 minutes.
Nah, it's okay. He snuck in there. He's sneaky. All right, guys, here comes the poll. I conveniently labeled the person that's associated with the opinion too, so it's very clear. The question now is Sonic 06 equals Adventure 3? I tried to make it as middle ground as possible due to Sam's forgetfulness. Anyway,
due to Evan's changingness.
I'm trying to pin the message. It is there. Let's see the results come in. I'm actually gonna share the screen as they come in.
While we have a straw poll going on and we're watching, can we do one thing for each other? Can you move that out of the way for a second?
Move what out of the way?
You can see Sam.
Oh, okay.
You see Sam? I want you guys to say one thing nice to each other.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Sam, I think I'm like super jealous of your whole set here. Like I feel like you killed it. You made this stream super entertaining. The energy you brought was like really, really awesome. That's why I chose you to debate with you. I knew you'd bring it, and you brought it. So good job.
And you know what, Evan? Even though you lie a lot, I really respect you. I respect this guy. He never gives up. Even if it means someone else has to take the keyboard and play for him, he never gives up. And I appreciate him for doing that. I appreciate him and his character. You know, and I honestly appreciate what he's done with Tails Channel. He really is sharing Tails Channel with the entire community, with you guys, and he has a lot of fun with it. and I seriously have a great respect for what you do on this channel. So let's get a heart spam in the chat for Evan Mardiculous, but definitely don't vote for him. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Well, they're already voting. So I guess so the way I showed the results looked kind of bad before. I wonder if I can just do.
Does it look bad because you're losing, or is it?
No. I'll show it in the scuffed way. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let's not be picky. I'll probably crash if I do it. So we have to cover Sam's face to show the results. I'm sorry. It's just the way that it goes. Sorry, Sam. But so far it looks like Sam is winning.
Yep.
Sam you changed what the argument was, and you're winning. I need to see his reaction. Oh my god. Sam is winning.
What do you have to say to that?
Guys,
what do you have to say to that?
Camera.
Guys, I need votes. Get your friends to help
No,
me.
no, there's no electoral college bullshit here. This is a democracy. You understand that? This is a democracy. The people are voting and they get their voices heard, Evan. It's not fair for you to try to change their vote. Okay?
I'm not trying to change their vote.
Keep voting.
I'm trying to encourage. I'm encouraging people to vote.
To put in perspective about changing the vote.
Count the votes.
Can you let the moderator speak?
No.
In fairness of Evan not trying to stop, he did change the answer for you. He did change your stance.
He did.
What do you gotta say about that?
He did not change my stance. My stance has been the same for forever. He fed the idea that I believe Sonic 06 is literally Sonic Adventure 3.
Yeah.
I never said it was literally Sonic Adventure 3. I said it was the third adventure game. That's like, again, chat, Sonic Colors on the DS is, for all intents and purposes, is the third Rush game.
That's confusing.
But
how do you feel about the chat saying that you're speaking a lot of nonsense?
the chat,
Sam won, so we have to respect it.
It worked.
The chat is how dare you two talk crap about this chat?
I am not talking crap about it. I'm simply repeating what they're saying.
The Sonic community is a respected group, and for you and Evan to try to attack them is absolutely ridiculous.
Don't even start that debate with me. I'm reading that right now.
I cannot believe the chat has to listen.
That. The chat is saying that.
Unreal that you would say that.
It's not what the votes say. So I think Sam won this one. So congratulations, Sam.
Yeah, you did good.
Good job. You did it. I guess Sonic 06 is Adventure 3. I guess it's just the way it is.
That is not. That was not the argument. But you can believe whatever you want.
I can't believe you didn't tell me this months ago, but all right. I'm already super over time.
I think we could all agree, regardless of the thing, as what the chat is saying, 06 is bad.
Oh, okay. That's like a different conversation.
Why don't we just end the stream now?
Yeah, we gotta go.
We don't need to talk about that. That was the moderator. We don't. Can I get that redacted? Can we get that redacted?
All right, guys. This has been another Tales Channel Live. Thank you guys so much for supporting this. Stay tuned for more debates just like this with other guests. Maybe it'll not even involve me, and Sam will move on because he beat me. I guess that makes sense. I'll probably moderate it, though. Sorry, Shani. Thank you for filling in this time. But it would be weird to have a Tales Channel stream, and I'm not there. Anyway, have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your MLK Day if you are not celebrating it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Shani. Thank you, chat. This was amazing. I had a lot of fun with this one, even though I lost.